Hey everybody, it's Never, and today we're going to talk about what made Vanilla WoW so good. So we hear it all the time, vanilla was the golden age of WoW, or it was in some ways better. And then there's the counterpoint that it actually wasn't. We just selectively remember the good parts and ignore the bad ones. Now, sure, there were a lot of bad things, or rather there were things that are better now than they were in vanilla. Things like not throwing your back out when you looted things. You see, in vanilla there was this prevalent long-standing bug where the animation for looting would get stuck, and your character would remain hunched over, sometimes for a long time. I mean, no biggie, just looked strange. Usually you could log off and log back on, and it would sometimes fix it. You could still go around and fight stuff, but you'd be hunched over like some kind of old man. The auction houses were also separated, so you'd have to go to Orgrimmar and check the price of what you want, and then log over to another character that was in Undercity, or actually just travel all the way to Undercity or Thunder Bluff or something, and check the price or availability of the item you wanted there. It was even useful to know which items were easier to farm in which region, because it would affect the prices of the things on that auction house. So many spells and abilities required reagents to cast. Don't have any more vanishing powder? You can't vanish. No more ammo? Can't shoot things. No more Symbol of Ancient Kings? Can't cast Blessing of Kings. I think though that was a Burning Crusade thing, but either way, it was a lot like that. You wanted to do a Warsong Gulch match? Why don't you head on over to Ashenvale and talk to the NPC to queue up for it? Or if you want to play Alterac Valley, head over to Alterac Mountains and talk to that NPC to queue up for it. Or what about raiding? Oh, you're a druid? Well good, you can heal. No, cat form isn't viable in raids, you can heal. No, bear form isn't viable either, you'll heal if you want to raid. And then there was just traveling. You want to mount? Level 40 and 10 gold for mount training. Now, 10 gold doesn't sound like a lot now, but back then you could save every copper you made while leveling from quests and anything you're likely to be able to sell, and you probably wouldn't have enough gold for mount training by level 40. Leveling was also quite a bit slower, so getting to level 40 would probably take a few weeks for most people. Oh, and an epic mount? In early to mid vanilla, most people had only seen 1 or 2 epic mounts anywhere, ever. Simply owning an epic mount was a really impressive thing. And flight paths? Well, they weren't even connected at first. You'd fly from one point to an adjacent point, and then you'd have to talk to the flight master again and take your next hop, and so on until you reach your destination. And there are many more examples, but with all of that, what made vanilla so good? Why do so many of us remember vanilla so fondly? Well, I think it comes down primarily to one thing. We were idiots. Now, I don't mean that we're idiots for thinking vanilla was good, it just means that I think we acted like idiots, because we didn't really know what we were doing. The game was new and fresh and mysterious. It was an undiscovered land with things you couldn't explain. These days, everything is documented and cataloged in online databases. You don't need to run off into the horizon and find adventure anymore, because you can just look up the most efficient leveling path. Spells and abilities are all sorted and figured out now, and you just use whatever's best. Vanilla was special because everything was an adventure. It felt more like a sandbox and less like a theme park. I mean, it was even in the talents. You had talents that were completely useless, but some people would find a way to make them amazing. It just wasn't so figured out for you. Here's the real trick though. We can have all of that back. The question is, do we even want to? You can experience the same sense of wonder and discovery in the game right now. All you have to do is go somewhere you don't already know and dive in. Don't look anything up, don't find the most efficient path, don't use add-ons that do all the work for you. Just put yourself out there and risk making mistakes. I mean, what's more important to you? Looking like a capable, seasoned player who gets things done quickly and keeps ahead of the competition? Or do you want that sense of innocent, untested newness, even if you might look and possibly feel kind of like a total noob? Okay, thanks, bye.